A bit of a bio that I'll read here for you before I call them up. So for many years, Lansing has supported Casa Hogar out of our missions budget. Casa Hogar is a home for marginalized and vulnerable children and youth. The home ensures that the physical, medical, educational, and spiritual needs of each child is provided within a family environment, each one receiving nurturing and love and are treated with dignity and value. Rick and Ena Ward both did 30 years in the military, and now they serve at Casa Hogar. They are passing through Northern Ontario this week and offered to come and present at Lansing, an offer that we were happy to take them up on. So now I'll call up Rick and Ena to present here for the next 10 or so minutes. No pressure. Absolutely.
I guess we could do here. Yeah, good. That's better. No, we just need to hold the notes.
Good morning. It's great to see such a big crew here, knowing that a whole bunch of your congregation is off on a family weekend, and so we're encouraged by that. Brian did a great job introducing us, and so I hope that some of what we have to say is new. But the first thing we have is greetings from Casa Hogar, Honduras. And because you guys have been supporting them as a church for so many years, we were traveling across Canada and we figured we have to stop at this church. We don't know who's connecting with them, who has actually brought firsthand knowledge of all of those kids that are up on the picture there. And so here we are today. We have been missionaries serving at Casa Hogar since January 2019. God's calling on our lives comes from Galatians 6, verse 10. Therefore, as we have opportunity, let us do good to all people, especially to those who belong to the family of believers. So, as Brian already said, Rick and I are both retired from the military. We both did 30 years. And so God has given us a pension. And in retirement, he called us to serve, not just in our local church, but to serve a missionary somewhere out on the field who needed their help. So our primary job when we're in Honduras, we go down for 6 months of the year, typically September to about April, and then we're back in Canada over the 8 years we've been doing this. It's gone from a voluntary job to a full-time job, which is great because we...
Still voluntary because we don't get paid.
It's still voluntary, but it's full-time work. But it's God's calling on our life, and we love what we do. So if you want to go to the next slide. When we're down there, we support Melody Francis. Melody Francis has served at Casa Hogar for 20 years now. She's a fellowship missionary, full-time missionary, and she is responsible for the general well-being of the children, and this includes physical, psychological, and spiritual health, academics, and legal matters. And we have taken over a lot of the day-to-day stuff we've taken off of her plate while we're there. So that's a blessing to her. Okay, next slide.
The way we support Melody is through, we administer short-term mission teams that come down, and by we, I mean Ena. So I'm responsible for a lot of the project coordination. When the teams come down, they do various things. One of the things is do a project on site that benefits either the home or the kids, with the emphasis on the kids. And so I prep the work for that, ordering supplies, coordinating outside employment for people that are coming in and helping. And it's whatever needs to be done. I have gone from, I used to do water runs, I used to pick up kids, I used to take the garbage out to down the road for a specific pickup that was free instead of having to pay for it, many things. Over the last few years, I've gravitated away from that because they've changed the system of the way they do things, so I've had to do less of it. Next slide. So, how many here have seen the movie, The Sound of Freedom? Not a lot. No, I have a hard time talking about this because Sound of Freedom is about child trafficking. And it starts in Tegucigalpa, which is 2 hours, a 2-hour drive, which is the maximum speed is 80 kilometers an hour. So that's a very short distance from Casa Hogar. And when we watch the movie and they start showing pictures of kids that they've recovered, I look at it and say, that looks like so-and-so. That looks like so-and-so. That looks like, and we see the kids' faces in the photos in the movie. Look it up, watch it, have a box of Kleenex beside you. It's real, and it's scary. Next slide. So there was the brief blurb at the beginning. I'm going to reiterate some of it. Casa Hogar is on a 7-acre property. Tina is the director of the home. She comes from Spain. Originally, this whole mission was financed and started through a Spanish organization. And right now, there are 10 full-time local Christian workers. Currently, we have 31 children at the home. And in the video that you played at the beginning, they went through some of the rooms of the kids just to show you what they lived like. This is one of the better homes in Honduras, according to CNAF, which is the government's children's aid organization. We take both boys and girls at the home. Some are boys only, some are girls only. There's a whole whack of them in the country, but we are one of the homes that takes both. And so we have sibling groups of 3 and 4 brothers and sisters.
Next slide, please. So the whole purpose of Casa Hogar, you can read right there, and I'll just talk a bit while you're reading that. All of the workers are Christians who share their faith with the children in practical ways. They are responsible for the daily devotions, praying with the children, and displaying God's love through their work. And these ladies that work there have a heart for these kids, and because of just the dynamics of working with 31 kids right now, it takes a lot of patience, and it takes a lot of God working in their lives as well to be able to encourage and mentor those kids. I say that the tias are responsible for praying with the children. When they do their prayer time, every night before bed, they go through their room, and every one of the children will pray, and they'll pray out loud. And every night they will pray for their sponsors in Canada and around the world. But 90% of their sponsors come from Canada, from people like you guys. The children attend 2 different churches in the city. The senior boys go to the Grand Commission Church on Saturday evening, and the rest of the children go to Iglesia Emmanuel. At their churches, they have Sunday school and youth group, as well as the regular church service. So the local church is very involved in the life of the children as well. Because we have 25, I think, kids that go to the one church, they are almost the whole Sunday school, and so it's great. But there are other kids there too that they get to share their lives with and learn just different aspects of life from other kids. Next slide. So the way that this is all paid for through fellowship is through child sponsorship. Education, medical. If you see right now, there's a picture of a little girl in the hospital. That was just from this past week. Rixie is a 28-year-old lady who has lived at Casa Hogar for almost her whole life, I'm going to say. The home has been there for over 20 years, so she would have been there for almost all of those years. She got pneumonia in both of her lungs, and because she already has lung problems and breathing problems, it was very serious, and so she spent a week in the hospital, and she is now home, praise the Lord, for all the prayers that have been going on and for His goodness. And they are now looking within Honduras for an oxygen concentrator, because she'll need to wear one all the time. And over the next couple months, they'll find out exactly how much damage was done to her lungs and if she's able to recuperate and work her way off that. But that is one of the things that sponsorship pays for. The other thing I'd like to mention, okay.
Just, you skipped over it, you didn't say it. So she said Rixie is 28. Typically the kids leave at about 18 years of age because that's when the government wants them out so they can put another kid in the home. We don't kick our kids out. Also, Rixie has Down syndrome, so she will probably be with us forever. She has a younger brother. Rixie's about yay tall. Orland's about yay tall. She says, this is my little brother. If he gets on his feet, there's always a possibility he could take her, but right now that's not a short-term possibility.
The other example of the medical that I just want to talk about is in the last 2 years, we've had 2 kids break their arms, they fall, and if they were not at Casa Hogar, they would not have had the surgery to repair their arm properly, and it would have left them disabled for their whole life. And so this is how God is working in their lives by providing good medical care. And then clothes and food. So the girls in the center, they're actually showing off some shoes that one of the teams had bought for them. And they're just like normal teenagers. They like to have fun, and they are so much fun. One of the other things is, I'm also the child sponsorship rep for English-speaking Canada, and so that means that that's a job that goes on all year round, and that's part of why we're here today.
And Melody's mom, Lise Francis, does French-speaking Canada because we don't speak French. So, education is one of the main ways to break the poverty cycle in Honduras. Only 43% of the children enrolled in primary school complete the 6th grade. Only 30% of them will go on to secondary school, and only 8% of that remaining number will continue on to college. And that information was from orphanoutreach.org. The first number I gave you was only 43% complete 6th grade. That's of the kids that go to school. Less than half of the kids even go to school. So you knock that down, percentage, like 1 in 100 goes to university. Right now, the kids at Casa Hogar, where possible, they go to a private school. And we have, I haven't counted lately, we were up to 9 there for a bit, but we've had a few graduations, so we might be down to 6 different schools. It costs $500 a year per student. Not a lot by our standards, but it gets them generally, when possible, they're in a Christian school, and other schools are technical schools, so those are a little bit different emphasis. Learning is hard. Most of the kids have been malnourished in their early years, and they are or physically or mentally abused. That takes a toll on their learning ability. Now for the positive thing, as of this year, we have 4 of our kids in university. So that really, we had 3 boys graduate. We had 3 boys graduate from the tech program. 2 of them went on to university. And we have 2 girls that started last year, one at the Catholic University and one at the Forestry University. And they're all doing well. The boys have just started, so we'll get an update around Christmas time. That'll be their first year. So a lot of time and effort is put into tutoring to help them succeed. But it's a struggle. It's a struggle with the learning disabilities for some of them, and anger issues. It's a challenge. Yeah. Next slide, please. Recreation, great way to burn off energy and recover from stress. We have a number of different things that we have at Casa Hogar. Last year, I think it was, we had 2 years ago now, we had a jungle gym built, and that's the bottom left photo. The photo above that is tetherball. We just set that up, and they come to me at the end of the day, especially when it's only been up for 2 days, and they go, Rick, my hand's sore, my arm's sore, my elbow's sore, because they just hammer that ball, but they have a great time. The top center is a basketball-sized court, cement. Project we're hoping to get off the ground sometime is a roof over that to protect them from the hot sun of the summer and the rain during rainy season. Go-kart, built them a go-kart. I promised them a second one. I never got around to doing it. They had to take care of this one. I said, then I'll build you a second one. So that'll be one of my first projects in November when we go back. And then the swings and the monkey bars, they use them a lot, often.
Next slide. Child sponsorship. So churches are the one-time donations that fill the gap. Churches like Lansing donating consistently over the years is an answer to prayer and the reason God called us to personally thank you today. For $45 a month, individuals signing up for child sponsorship is what provides consistent commitment income that we need. We hope that as you heard how God is working and providing a Casa Hogar, you would stop by our table after the service and we can give you more information on sponsoring a child. We would love to talk to you more. Thank you.
Thank you. Sorry. And the praise item, you guys are top of the list. Thank you.